Chavod, with your permission. This is parasha. Torah tells us the mitzvah of Sefirat HaOmer. Excuse me. The Torah tells like this. The second day of Pesach, we have to bring to Bet HaMikdash Omer. Omer is barley that was cut on the night after the first day. It means if you want to say to this year, Pesach was Tuesday. Tuesday night, they had to go and harvest barley. Says the Gemara, this must be harvested the night after the first day of Pesach, in order to be sacrificed the following day. It's like this year is Wednesday in Bet HaMikdash. What did they do? They took the barley to the night. They had to grind it and sift it. In the morning they bring it, pour it a bit on the altar, and the rest was eaten by other Kohanim. Says the Gemara, what happened if Pesach would have fallen on Friday? It doesn't fall on Friday in our calendar. But in case Pesach would fall on Friday, first day, and second day is Shabbat. It means the Omer has to be brought on Shabbat. When do you harvest the barley? Says the Gemara, the barley had to be harvested the night before. When? Friday night. Friday night? Why have to harvest Friday night? You don't harvest Friday night. You can harvest it Thursday. Friday. Not Friday, but it's Yom Tov. Thursday, Wednesday. No, you must harvest the barley the night before it's going to be brought in Bet HaMikdash. No matter what it is. Friday night? Friday night. Very strange thing. Very strange. No such thing. Why? Even Bet HaMikdash, they had to do the bread in Bet HaMikdash. They did Friday, they don't do on Shabbat. It's not necessary to do on Shabbat. If you do it before Shabbat, you do it before Shabbat. Why do you have to go to the field? Not only have to go to the field, the Gemara says, Rambam, they used to invite all the people to see how they harvest. What is it to see? Harvest. What is it? No. People used to come. There was a whole show how to harvest. The guy had in his hand, what do you call it? A sickle. He had a sickle in his hand, and he asked everybody, you see the sickle? Yeah. You see the sickle? Yeah. Everybody answered. Like we're talking about people that don't know what's going on. Shall I harvest? Everybody to say, yes, please harvest. Shall I harvest? And he said, is today Shabbat? Today is Shabbat. Today is Shabbat. The whole scenery of nothing. After harvest, shall I put it in those storage boxes? Storage boxes. Then you're going to take it to Bet HaMikdash, grind it with HaMikdash, sit it with HaMikdash. What is it for? You can do the whole thing before. Just have the flour from the barley ready, finished. No. Special Allah. Okay. Bring it to Bet HaMikdash. The Gemara says that they had to do certain procedure over there. There's a special mitzvah called Sefirat HaOmer. God tells us a special mitzvah. Hashem wants you to count the Omer. He says, what have to count the Omer? Why have to count the Omer? Count the Omer for what? Besides, the language is not 100%. You don't say count Omer. We say bracha. Al Sefirat HaOmer. What does it mean exactly? You're counting Omer? I'm counting Omer. I'm counting days. Okay, you should say. ברוך אתה השם מלכו בשלטון צבאנו על ספירת ימי HaOmer. Okay? You don't say it. You say, I'm counting the Omer. It's wrong. Forgive me, it's wrong. You don't say this is wrong. Besides, this is thing you count backwards. The Gemara, the Rishonim say, we counting towards, we counting towards Shavuot. Explanation means we want to know how many more days we have to count to Shavuot. Okay, well, to say, לספור שבועות. זה לספור שבועות. You don't count something happened in the past. You have to count in the past. It's past tense. Omer was brought 22 days ago. היום 22 יום לעומר. Finished. Finished. What do you mean? It was done 22 days ago. So why are you saying it? I don't understand what you're saying it. What? Special mitzvah. Come to Gemara and say, listen, I want to tell you something else. Counting Omer is very, very important. Every day you have to count. Don't miss. The Zohar is so strict. And the Zohar is so upset if somebody forgets to count the Omer. To do it in the evening, every night. The halacha is, the Gemara says, you have to stand up when you count it. The halacha is, if somebody forgot, he cannot stand. If he did it sitting down, it's also good. But it's special halacha. The Gemara says Hashem hints in the Torah. אחרי לספור שבע שבע בקמה, תקומה. The Gemara says Hashem wants you to stand up. Hashem wants you to stand up? Why? Why should someone want to stand up? I don't have to stand up and I put tefillin. Well, Ari said you don't have to stand up. Doesn't say you have to stand up in Yimshek Lulav. There are only two other mitzvot you must stand up. It's one Brit Milah and one, what's the other one? When you put tzitzit on. So why is standing up when you put tzitzit? Because when I do Omer, I stand up. I put tzitzit, I have to stand up. Brit Milah, the Mohel has to stand up. So why? Because Omer. What does this have to do with Omer? Why Omer to stand up? Special halacha. Stand up. Special, very special thing. Now come the Gemara with a list. How important is the Omer? Well, says one of the wars Am Israel had in time of Gideon was a judge against Midian. Won the war, says the Navi, says the Gemara, because Am Israel did the Omer. The second time of Chizkiyahu Melech, with millions of soldiers. First Saddam Hussein Sancheriv came to Yerushalayim at the siege. It was Pesach. The second day of Pesach, all of them dead on the floor, on the ground, because of Omer. Continues the Gemara. When Achashverosh ordered Haman to go put Mordechai on the horse, Haman came, and he saw Mordechai was teaching children. He asked Mordechai, what did you do now? We're learning about the Omer. But today is the second day of Pesach. Today it's Omer. Happened to be that Mordechai was put on the horse was the day that the Bet HaMikdash, there was no Bet HaMikdash then, but Mordechai taught the children about Omer. The Gemara says, Haman said, Omer, I heard about it. Omer warned me. Come, Mordechai, I put you on the horse. I said, what? I said, forget about the whole thing. The Gemara says, Am Yisrael came to Eretz Yisrael, Pesach. The first thing they did, Omer, the Mishkan, in the Gilgal. The Gemara says you should know Am Yisrael got Eretz Yisrael because of the Omer. What is it? It's nothing. Somebody put it on. Don't underestimate Omer. So the Zohar says Omer is made from barley. And the only thing else that being brought in Bet HaMikdash from barley is if a person suspects his wife and she doesn't behave, brings it to the Kohen, you have to bring barley. Because barley, this is really something that the Gemara says animals eat. It's not as good grain as wheat or spelt. And says barley is not so good. And says, what is this? Says the lady did not behave, she acted like an animal. Says, well, look, Sefirat HaOmer, no. Sefirat HaOmer is time of judgment. Judgment. Very, very, very dangerous days, Sefirat HaOmer, very dangerous. In the past, big tragedies happened Sefirat HaOmer, big time. I call it Me'adin. The Day of Judgment. What's judgment of what? Judgment of what? What does Hashem want from you? Hashem judged me on Rosh Hashanah. Again being on trial. I said, what is this? Barley. What barley again? What have to do with barley? So Ramban in his commentary tells us you should know the secret of HaOmer is the Omer is between first day of Pesach and Shavuot, 49 days. They are called Chol HaMoed. Chol HaMoed. Chol HaMoed is not Chol HaMoed. Chol HaMoed, I know. There are special laws about Chol HaMoed. There is no halacha in the Omer. Nothing. But I tell you a secret. You should know that's a secret, says the Ramban. What's the secret behind it? You know, the Gemara tells us, the Zohar tells us, and on Friday night we make Kiddush. It says, Mekadesh Shabbat. The person has to know what it says. So the Zohar says the Gemara, it means is when you say Mekadesh Shabbat, the bracha that you say, you make the Shabbat holy. You inject holiness in the day of Shabbat. Eventually, Shabbat will pour the energy through the week until the following Shabbat. That's the purpose of Shabbat. And Hashem doesn't care if a person keeps Shabbat. Hashem wants us to have a good week. Good week is going to happen only if Shabbat is being obeyed and kept well. Therefore, the Shabbat will have strength, power to send so-called positive energy to the rest to the week after the Shabbat. That's the secret. So how do you do it? Say Kasher mitzvotecha, mekadesh Shabbat. You say the bracha mekadesh Shabbat. That kavanah that Zohar said you have to have at that moment. And says, of course, you say before this you say vayechulu. This is Gemara. Tell you what, you say vayechulu with your mouth. You say mekadesh Shabbat. It says you become like a partner with Hashem. Partner with Hashem. What does it mean? So the Gemara tells you. Gemara tells a lot of stories. The power of being partner with Hashem. And I said, a person who becomes a partner with Hashem, Hashem gives him power. Whatever he's going to say is going to happen. There are a lot of stories in the Gemara, in the Tanakh, in our times. People say something, it's going to happen. Excuse me. The Gemara says if you say something not so good, also it's going to happen. Also, a person has to be careful. The Gemara says what he's saying from his mouth, because the mouth has a tremendous power. And it starts, the Ari says, from creation. They say every morning, Baruch She'amar v'haya olam. The world was created so-called by the mouth of Hashem. Hashem said, HaOmer Elokim, HaOmer Elokim, HaOmer Elokim. Because the power is the mouth. And if a person becomes a partner with Hashem, whatever he's going to say is going to happen. I remember years ago, in Netivot, the time of Baba Sali, they brought to Baba Sali somebody was paralyzed, sit on a wheelchair. I asked Baba Sali, can you hear him? So Baba Sali asked the person, would you keep Shabbat? I said, yeah. So Baba Sali told him, Takum, stand up. The guy got up. Walk. She took him to the street of Netivot. They went to the yeshiva over there. And the whole town was dancing with him on the street, this guy. I just told, Shabbat was the Yotzei of Reb Shayale. How many came to me yesterday, told me, he heard it from the person. A goy came to Reb Shayale in Hungary about 100 years ago. Maybe over 100 years ago. Or maybe less than 100 years ago. And told Shiley, I heard that whatever you say is going to happen. Here's my son. He's 10 years old, he's mute. Can you fix him up? So I said, yeah, I can fix him up. in one condition, that you're a goy, you're gonna have one day a big position. You release all the Jewish people, whatever they want. He said, I promise you. So Rabbi told the boy, okay, can you talk? Start talking. And the story goes on and on, more things up. It's the power of the mouth of the person can revive dead people. The Gemara says stories, people are revived. Tanaim Ari says, any person, his name is in the Gemara, with his mouth he can revive people. So Baruch Shema V'Yalom, become a partner with Hashem. Gemara says, to become partner with Hashem is the first thing in Shabbat. First in Shabbat. They say, Shutaf l'Kadosh Baruch Hu Ma'aseh Bereshit. Unless Hashem wants to keep Shabbat, Hashem doesn't care if you keep Shabbat or don't keep Shabbat. Hashem wants we should have His power. Hashem is so humble that He doesn't want so-called to be on top of the universe. He wants to be a partner. He wants us to have it. I said, how do you get it? Say Vayechulu, say Baruch Atah Hashem Mekadosh Shabbat. That's the secret of all the Chagim. We say Mekadosh Yisrael B'Azmanim, the Kiddush, the Tefillah. It's not to say anything. It's like you do it, and I'm your partner because I keep the Chagim, I keep the Moadim, and you have the power of the Moed, the energy of the Moed, whatever the Moed can give you. 3 times a year we have the Moadim, and the Moadim have a certain energy for Parnasa, for life, for other things. It says by doing it, Hashem lets it happen. That's really the secret of Am Yisrael. That was given to us really on Har Sinai. When we said Naaseh v'Nishma, became the partners of Hashem. Hashem gave us the power to do it. For example, if you remember the first mitzvah that was given to us in Egypt was Rosh Chodesh. Beit Din will announce Rosh Chodesh. Beit Din will announce leap year. When is Pesach? The Gemara says it goes even further. The Gemara says the angel asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when is Rosh Hashanah? Hashem says, I have no idea. It all depends on the Beit Din downstairs. When they're going to announce Rosh Hashanah, it's going to be Rosh Hashanah. It says, because we are partners of Hashem, and that's the purpose of creation. But sometimes we don't behave. So if we don't behave, Hashem is very merciful. He wants to give us a chance. So the first day of Pesach is the day that we should have heard the shofar, we should have flew to Israel. He didn't come. So Hashem said, I want to tell you something. The next day starts Sefirat HaOmer. You have to say with your mouth the day. But I tell you what it is exactly. It's not what you think. We're counting HaOmer. We're not counting HaOmer. You're counting actually days that have the power of the HaOmer. That's the secret of Sefirat HaOmer. I don't count backwards. Oh, you know what? 22 days ago they brought the HaOmer. No. Today the Ramban says it's like Chol HaMoed. What's Chol HaMoed? It's after the first day of the Chag. What do you have? It's called Chol HaMoed. What does it mean? What does it do? Listen, you have to wear Shabbat clothing, and you can do jobs, and you have to have a little meat, and you have to have wine. It's celebration. But it's Chol. It's a weekday. It is. But it's a weekday that has inside some energy of Moed. It's called Chol HaMoed. So I'm going to tell you what it is. It's true. We did in Beit HaMikdash HaOmer. No, you didn't get it. The HaOmer in Beit HaMikdash was brought because of our mouth. We're going to count. On the first night, before the HaOmer is going to be brought. Let's say this year, yeah? Pesach was Tuesday. Tuesday night, everybody had to go to the field. They're going to harvest barley. And over there they're going to count the HaOmer. HaOmer Mechal BaHaOmer. He said, what do you mean? He said, I'll tell you what it is. That scenery, the guy's going to stand up with the sickle, and he's going to tell everybody, shall I harvest? Everybody had to say yes 3 times. It says, you see the secret? Yes. You see those places we're going to put the barley? Yes. You know you're going to bring it to the Mikdash? Yes. And even though it's Friday night, he said, you know it's Shabbat today? He said, yeah. Those words give the energy of the Omer. The Omer energy started with the mouth. So-called to correct the sin of Adam HaRishon that said the wrong things with his mouth. And Hashem asked him, did you eat from the tree? He said, my wife gave it to me. I said, I didn't ask you that. Besides Lashon Hara. And the Gemara says it's even worse. You betrayed the goodness of Hashem that gave you a wife. Destroyed the power of the mouth. By Naaseh v'Nishma, we corrected it. By saying Az Yashir, we corrected it. Comes Pesach, Hashem says, okay, the Gula time of redemption. Good. I didn't come. You know why I didn't come? I tell you what. Barley. It says as well, barley is a sign of misbehavior. It is to a person who does Teshuvah Shelema. On what? On your mouth. On your mouth. Says the Gemara tells you, what is your real job in this world? Guard your mouth. Make yourself mute. That's the language of the Gemara. The God Mivina, he left Eretz Israel. He wrote a letter to his mother and to his wife. He said, listen, don't even go to shul. Just keep your mouth shut. Echad Miyah Tihila Elokim. The Mivina says, listen, when you close your mouth, that's how you praise God. You praise God because every word that you say is only to praise Hashem, to learn Torah, and to do the necessary things. Whatever is necessary to say. Don't chat and don't talk nonsense. Because you destroy the power of the mouth. The mouth was given to you to create. And Shlomo says in Mishle, you should know, Chaim and Mavet b'yad ha'lashon. With your mouth you kill something. Forget about Lashon Hara. Just saying something is going to happen. Why did you say that? Nothing so because you said, yeah, because you said. That's the power of the HaOmer. It's called Sefirat HaOmer. That's what it is. Today is 22. You know what it means, 22? Today is the 22nd of energy of the HaOmer. Because today is part of the first day they brought the HaOmer. And you know why they brought the HaOmer? Because they count. Because they said with the mouth, today is the first day of the HaOmer. Then they brought the HaOmer. The power of the HaOmer is the same. Of course, but the HaOmer has to be brought to Betamikdash. Betamikdash, you're not allowed to sit down. The job, the work of Betamikdash had to be done standing up. Comes the Torah says, listen. Sefirat HaOmer, stand up. Stand up. Don't sit down. Because it is the Sefirah, when you say, that's the Kavana. When you say, Baruch Hashem, you know what you have to have in mind? I'm in Bet HaMikdash, and here's the HaOmer. Today is the 22nd day. It's the same thing, the same energy. It's the first day. It's called, it's called Chol HaMoed. It is Sefirat HaOmer. It's everyday HaOmer. And the power of the HaOmer is the counting. It's not just bringing the HaOmer to Bet HaMikdash. And that's really the Gemara tells us that B'zchut HaOmer, we won Midian, we won Ashur, Sancheriv, Iraq. B'zchut HaOmer, Mordechai was going to be on the horse. B'zchut HaOmer, we got Eretz Israel. Nah, it's not we got nothing. Because the HaOmer, it means saying. And the Gemara says a person prays, Zohar says you have to move your lips. You don't have to hear what you say, move it. When you're learning, the Gemara says the same thing. You learn, mumble what you're learning. Because you create certain skies in Shamayim. The Zohar says that when a person prays to Hashem and learns Torah, with his mouth, he creates so-called new entities in Shamayim. That's how powerful our mouth is. And let Chachamim tell us Hashem gave us a mitzvah. Say, oh, mitzvah, don't understand. It's not Sefirat HaOmer. This is creation. That by doing such a thing, we create certain things. We fix, so-called, our mouth, and that's how we fix creation, because the world was created with the mouth. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is waiting to see. What do you do? What do you do? I say, Hashem judges us on Shona. Shona is judgment. How do we behave? What do we do? Sefirat HaOmer is a different thing. It's time that Hashem wants to see if we fix our mouth, if we fix our behavior. That's what Hashem says, only barley, bring barley. I got the barley, count the Omer. Until Shavuot. Shavuot, you get the Torah. So what is the Torah? Na'aseh v'nishma. Says the Gemara, the whole Shavuot that Hashem gave us the Torah is because we said Na'aseh v'nishma. Otherwise the scenery would have been different. And Hashem said, this is time of miracles. Says the Gemara says, Gemara applies it, excuse me, to the things that was brought to Beit HaMikdash on Shavuot and the Omer. The Gemara asks a question like this. Where do you bring, can you bring barley from outside of Eretz Israel? So no. Has to be from Eretz Israel. You have to be in Eretz Israel. You can't bring it from any other country. The barley has to be grown in Eretz Israel. You bring it to Beit HaMikdash. Okay. Says the Gemara, I want to ask you a question. What would have happened, and all of a sudden you see, together with the rain, barley comes down? The Gemara says, what? Barley comes down? Why? No, you know, the Rambam wrote a letter to the Yemenite people. There's a special book, it's called Igeret Teman. The Yemenite people, they adapted the Rambam to their rabbi. They don't follow Shulchan Aruch, only follow the Rambam. Used to have letters with the Rambam. The Rambam lived in Egypt. At that time, was in Yemen was the kingdom of Am Yisrael. Up to 350 years ago, the Jewish people had kingdom in Yemen. They had their own kingdom. And then they were chased and they came and they moved to Yerushalayim, where Silwan is now. And the Arabs killed them. So they used to have letters with the Rambam. So the Yemen, the people in Yemen, they used to be all the time an idea of Mashiach. And they had people with big tzaddikim used to get up in the morning, used to say, I'm the Mashiach. Those guys, Shlomo Molcho and others. So they wrote the Rambam a letter, and they told the Rambam, what do you say about those ideas? So the Rambam wrote them like this. You should know, that's 1,000 years ago. There was a guy, a holy man in Esfahan, in Iran, in Paras, holy man, that predicted that the next day from Shamayim, it's not going to be rain, it's going to be mud. So the Rambam writes in his letter to them, should know that's what happened. The next day, from Shamayim, from the clouds, mud came. Of course, the secret behind was because this man said it. It was a holy man, the Rambam writes in his book, in his letter. Come to Gemara and say this, I want to ask a question. What would happen if barley would come from the clouds? Is it considered from Eretz Israel? Because Hashem writes in the Torah, if you bring from Eretz Israel, you can bring from Hutzar. Chacham says, excuse me? Clouds brings barley? So Rashi says, yeah, you know what? One time was the boat with barley. But the barley is maybe from Israel, and the clouds came and the clouds picked up the barley. It's a Gemara in Menachot. It's a Gemara. It's not Zohar. It's not Kabbalah. Can you imagine you went outside? I said this week was pouring in Israel. Rain. Somebody called me from Israel and said, listen, they don't even see the sidewalks. Now? This is the time? The time of Hashem gave us the Torah was raining outside in Sinai desert. Never rains over there. While we were standing and listening to Hashem 10 Commandments, was pour rain. Man, I said, what is this? Sefirat HaOmer is time of miracles. But we have to be up to it. We have to believe in it, and we have to shape ourselves for that. The Gemara says, barley will come with rain. And the Gemara says also, wheat will come with rain. Because in Shavuot, we're going to bring, it's called Shtei Alechem, 2 breads in Beit HaMikdash from wheat. The Gemara says the same thing. What would happen if the wheat would come with rain? Rain will come with rain? What do you mean? The Gemara says, the man used to come daily in the desert. People had the zechut. Diamonds came together with the man. A person opened the door in the morning, was man over there, food. Inside the man is inside diamonds. She wants to give it to us. But we have to be up to it, entitled to it, but qualified to it, eligible for it. And that's the purpose of HaOmer. It's not to judge us. It's to get us to the stage she wants to get us. To speak and to say the right words. And to know how powerful our mouth is. That's how we create new skies, new earth. Go back to creation. And we'll get Eretz Israel. We win all the Arabs. Amen.